Okay, so, welcome to LogansStory. My name is Logan Shaw, and I want to talk to you about the Age of Ultron movie, Avengers. And I want to talk to you about the things that are standing out to me, and things that might stand out to you. See, Tony Stark is trying to create a way for world peace. And that being said, it could be notified that world peace is way beyond the draw of a human genius. And because of that, he wants to create a system that would essentially protect the human race and everything in it. But here's the thing. A lot of things happen in a time of when you want to create peace towards when you actually create peace. World peace is something different. World peace is something that is a hard thing to grasp when you're really getting down and dirty in it. But the thing is, when you come down to realizing what exactly Tony Stark wants, reflected off of you, world peace ends up going against his favor. Ultron ends up being aware of what humans are, i.e. the bad side, and begins to question whether or not they're useful in terms of the hunt, whether or not they're useful in terms of the entire universe and the world they live in. See, when it comes down to Age of Ultron, there's only one thing to say about this movie before we get into what we need to talk about. Ultron is wrong on a fundamental issue. Yes, you can't make world peace in all directions, but here's the thing. You can make somewhat of world peace within your heart and your soul. And I think that's what Tony Stark was missing. The immediate heart and soul needs to be at peace. And, well, he finds peace later on. And it's not in the way you think. But that's beyond us. What does this mean in terms of the nooks and crannies? What are the little details that we can pull out in order to make the movie make sense? Well, let's go into detail. Okay, so what's the limitless bound of creating something that is trying to create world peace but may be out of our control? Artificial intelligence seems to be something that runs through on a mega scale in terms of what you're actually putting into play. See, the idea is Tony Stark puts into play of a robot that sees the bad and hasn't experienced anything of the good. And, well, Vision, or Jarvis, whatever you want to call him, ends up being a real life being. And because of that, he is truthfully the being that is actually trying to create peace in terms of the short ranges of what peace means. But what does that mean for the entirety of the universe? Entirety of the Marvel universe, I mean, and the storytelling that comes with it. It could mean that one day you're leading a life of what you want to lead. And it could mean another day could be the worst day of your life. But here's the thing. Even with the good and the bad, and that's what this is about, good and the bad, what are the days you cherish? And what are the days you throw away? What are the days that give you a lesson? And what are the days that give you memories? Ultron was wrong on one fundamental thing. Peace is not necessarily worldly. It's an individual kind of thing to keep in mind when it comes down to peace. If every individual decided to view what peace was as a momentary token for something we could take away, a lot of people would be at peace. Thus, the world would be at peace. But there needs to be a fundamental thing altogether that creates individual pieces for individual people. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, Ultron is viewing the world as a command. What Vision views it as a one day at a time kind of thing. Take one step at a time, one day at a time. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this next feature. Application, of course. Don't worry about world peace. Worry about your peace. Because here's the thing. If your peace is handled, and you can get through what you want to get through, you're going to give people the opportunity to walk in your footsteps. Whether that be your brother, your sister, or some kid off the street, you're going to be able to do what's right. And no matter what that is, it's going to create a huge impact for everyone around you. Thank you for my application, and let's continue forward. Thank you for LogansStory. Thank you for this Marvel Cinematic Worldview commentary. There are more commentaries in the future, so keep an eye out for those. Also, the mission is 1,000 subscribers. You guys let me get there, hit the share, like, and subscribe button right on the screen. Also, hit the bell. Leave a comment if you can too. Thank you again, and peace.